Good morning. I'm just out for my normal early morning walk with Hector, and so apologies if he pulls me and the camera goes wobbly. We're off to the allotment today. We're going to, I should get Paul to do some more tilling and get him hard at work, and then I'm going to plant my potatoes. So hope it's not windy up there. Sometimes it's windy here and not anywhere else. We have our own little microclimate here at the marina, which is a bit odd. So yes, off we go. We'll see you there. Well, I'm back up the allotment, and hopefully the bits that Paul tilled or rotavated the other day is not going to be too weedy. That's the fear, that once you open up the ground and everything, we might have mashed up a few weeds and chopped them up, but then sometimes they reseed. So I'm just going to check those bits, and then I'm going to plant some potatoes. Let's go and have a look. Well, there's a sole daffodil in this one. So we'll let that one off. That won't take too much to dig out. So over here there's a clump of grass or two. But I think that's probably grass that I didn't actually dig out. So let's have a look over here. This bit's the next bit that's going to get tilled. Oh no, that's looking all right. Superbio. Right, so I need to sort my potatoes out and see which ones I'm going to be putting in there today. We're going to have to leave a bit of an edge because obviously that's Roy's next door, which is the blackberry bushes. So I need to have a bit of a gap there so he can still get to that. And so I'll just see how many I've got to go in here, measure it out, see how many I'm going to put in today, and just see how far I get. Right, I think I'm ready to go. I've got my kneeler because I'm elderly and I can't keep getting up and down. This is a bulb planter here, but I saw somebody using it to plant potatoes, so I suppose it makes sense because you sort of scoop out the soil like that, so that'll give me a good hole. This is about a foot long, 12 inches, 30 centimetres, so I'm going to use that to measure between each potato because they need to be a foot apart one way and 2 feet apart the other way. So I've got my spade, which is a wolf garden. We love this system because you can pop off the ends. Oh, I can't do it with one hand. This end comes off, you buy the handles and the ends, and then so we've got like 4, maybe 5 handles of differing lengths, and then we've got lots of ends, forks, spades, tillers and things, hoes and whatever. And here's my potatoes. We've got Pentland Javelin, which is a first early. That means it's a new potato, so they'll be quite small, but they'll be ready sort of 10 to 12 weeks from today. So we can start eating them fairly soon. Then you have second earlies, which are also classed as new potatoes. Then you've got main crop, which stay in the ground longer, and they're the potatoes you use more for, baking and whatever, and you can store them over winter better. So these ones here, as first earlies, they'll be good in salads and just, with meat, well, with anything really, but just as little, like boiled potatoes, rather than roasting or jacket. They won't be big enough for jackets. So I'm going to start. What I didn't say is about earthing up and or planting in trenches, or some people around here we've seen over there, they've kind of got ridges already, like a sort of a mound, I suppose, and they plant the potatoes in the mounds. And I can't see, there's differing views of whether you just put them in the ground or whether you put them in mounds, but later on, once they start to grow, you then do what they call earthing up, which you bring the soil up the stems so that you're covering any potatoes that are possibly going to come through the ground or the surface of the ground, because if they do that, then they can turn green and then they're inedible. So I'm just going to plant them as this ground is flat, and then I will earth up when the time is right. So I'm going to do that. Right, I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to start, well, fairly close to the edge because, oh gosh, she says. Oh, and I think I've hit a stone already. That's good. This is very stony. This was an old, part of an old quarry, I think. And so there's loads of stones in here. So that's a good... I have got marks on this, but I can't remember what they are. So I thought it was marked all the way down, but obviously not. So it's pointless doing that because I don't actually know what the size is. I should have measured this before and then kind of worked out. Well, that's quite good though, that it holds the soil in there. I thought it would just kind of all fall out, but I suppose as it's a bit damp down there, it's fine. Right, and these have been chitted, so you can see the little roots growing out the little eyes. So, because we've got these more on this top here, then we'll plant that uppermost, and then I'm just going to fill it in. If there's any big stones, I will take them out. Fill it up with the bits that I've taken out. Here comes the mighty hound. He was having a little rest in his bed over there. There we go. I should have put a mark really. If I put that, I'll put this big stone here, just as a marker for the first one, and then I know where I'm going. Oh gosh, that's a massive stone. We'll get rid of that. So yeah, if I kind of do that, Hector, that's not helping. I should have maybe laid a string as well. Otherwise I could go off-piste slightly. Oh yes, I'm liking that. That's a good idea. Very good. I think I've got 32 of these. So we'll just have to see how many we get. I'll just put a little stone on them all for now. I can brush them off later, just so I can kind of keep to a straightish line. Oh, where this is dry, this one's falling in. We've got a landslide going on in this one. Try and get a bit more out. Right, little potatoes, you've got to grow, please. Right, I didn't trust myself to do a straight line, so I've gone and got me... these are good for sort of this sort of thing. We had them for our nets, but because they've got these sort of teeth, for want of a better word, at the bottom, they hold onto the nets kind of almost too well. So when it comes to pulling them out for watering or for weeding, then they don't blooming come out. They're a nightmare. So I've gone over to metal ones, and then I shall use these for things like this. So I'm going to go all the way, and this is like a nylon-y twine. I had some jute, or some nicer string. Ow, now I'm being attacked by the thingamajiggy, the brambles. Yeah, I had some more sort of jute kind of string, but then that just snapped. That just gave way in the weather. So there we go. So if we cut that, oops, put a loop at this end, and of course Hector's in the way. Oh dear, I looped it the wrong way, so I lost me end. There we go. There we go. And there's my first one. I shall do some more. And then at least that'll be easier when I can see. Ow! I keep getting attacked by the brambles. There we go. Thanks, Hector, but you're in the way. Although you might be 2 foot apart, that might be a good sign, a good measurement there. Are you 2 foot long? He doesn't care. I don't actually understand where it says to plant things like a foot apart, but then plant the rows 2 feet apart. Because surely most plants are going to be roundish. So surely it would be 1 foot by 1 foot or 2 foot by 2 foot. I was looking at seed packets today and some of them are like 5 centimetres apart, but then the rows are like 80 centimetres apart. And it just, like I say, it doesn't make sense. But there you go. So, just do another one here. I bought this shovel because this is about, well, it's just over 2 foot, just under 2 foot in length, so I can use that as my row width. Very good. Thanks, Hector, for your help. Just show him a little dish here. This is, I don't know, it may have had meat in it or something, but I keep them all because they're handy. Like for this, I'm just carrying this round, a little storage box and a little little travel thing for the little bugs. But then you can just carry your bits around with you. And yes, I've got loads of these all over the place that we can use. And again. Look at this dog. Yeah, funny dog. It's a hard life, isn't it? Right. We can't see much evidence, but I have planted 48 potatoes. So I've got 2 rows of the Pentland Javelin first earlies and 1 row of Caledonian Pearl first early. There wasn't quite enough to fit another row in before this bit of tarpaulin because that hasn't been tilled. So I shall leave that till next time. My knees are hurting, my back's hurting. So I'm going to leave it for now. But I'm pleased with what I've done so far. So yeah, the Caledonian Pearls are first earlies as well. So yeah, so in about 10 to 12 weeks, we should hopefully get some potatoes. As you can see, Paul has arrived and he's tilling this bit for me, which is proving quite difficult. That's where I had the peas and beans last year, so it wasn't dug over very much because they don't go in the ground very far. So, but he's doing a grand job. Look at my splendid rhubarb. Oh, it's doing amazing in its little tyre. Don't know if you can see in there, lots of little new leaves, and little baby ones. Excellent. Oh, there's a strawberry down there as well. I recognise those leaves. They're strawberries. They were there before, so they've obviously I forgot, that one got missed when I dug them all up. Oh well. Oh, that's nice, a nice thick stem there. So be ready for picking. Oh, I'm gonna have a sit down now under the brolly on the table of tut and put a few seeds away. Then I'll sit down for 10 minutes and then we're going to go home, I think. So, see you later. Well, that was a busy old session, wasn't it, at the allotment? So let's hope that where the places where Paul is tilled, it's not full of weeds the next time I go up there, and that my potatoes grow so we get a good crop this year. So if you've liked that episode, please like and subscribe and press the bell and we shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.